This is my 2012 Chrysler Town & Country minivan. I got this about last year and I converted it into a camper van. It's not fully converted, so I'm able to turn it back into a normal minivan with 7 seats. But with everything I have in there, it really does the job to accommodate a good few weeks of camping. I've done multiple week-long trips in this, and I've also done just a few weekend stays, mostly for local bike races. But I've gone out to Arkansas for a week and mountain biked. I've gone to Colorado for a week. I've gone to New Mexico for a week, and it's all done the job perfectly fine. So because most of the time I am just living at home, it's really important that I have this van first and foremost as something to commute with. I go back and forth to work with this. I take it to go fishing. I take it to go mountain biking. So I really need this van to have the front 2 seats be perfectly normal for whenever I take someone else around, or if I just need the passenger seat to set things on. It's really nice to have that. I know in most minivan conversions they take that front seat out, but for me it was really important that I leave that in because I don't normally use this as a camper van. So here's kind of the living room, bedroom. We've got the back of the kitchen, which is just kind of like the pantry. We've got my bed / couch, and we got my bookshelf / closet. I just put a little rug down there. It was really nice just to catch the dirt and everything that I track in. It's a lot easier to clean than the actual carpet itself. And the rug just makes it look a little bit more home-like. So that's kind of nice to have. So in the bed, when I first built it, all I did for storage was put this latch in here. It is nice to have, but it really only accommodates some like linens and shoes and all that. So anything like a camping chair, I'd really struggle to put in there. And if there's anything else in front of that camping chair, I would not be able to get it out. So what I did recently was lift it up. I put it on hinges, so it was really easy to lift. I also put up this light switch. It was falling down, and it always falls down. I'm gonna have to find a better way to put it up than Velcro. So, yep, just like that. But yeah, once it fastens up, it'll just stay right there. It's really nice compared to what I used to do. For my living room, I would plug in, I have an inverter down there, I'll show you that later. But I would plug a desk light in, and so it both waste power, and it was just kind of a struggle to set up. And I'd have to take that out of my room at the house. And so that's just one more thing to pack up. So with this light switch, I don't have to take any power. I just use AAA batteries whenever it runs out, and it always stays in here, so it's really nice. So right now, I have it in couch mode. I used to have a couch right there, or I found myself never sitting on it, so I got rid of that and added some extra storage. So I use these pillows, which are actually cut up mattress. They were cushions on the couch that was over there, so I just pile them up now, and they work as a pretty good couch. I can lean up against them, so I sit this way for couch mode. And then for bed mode, I put my pillow on this side. So moving on to the bookshelf / closet. I just built this recently. I wanted a place to store just my books, lotion, deodorant, hand sanitizer, and some snacks, and also my clothes. I'd usually just throw my clothes in a bag right in this corner. Then I would store my books or computer or anything like that in that corner by the kitchen. And it was just kind of becoming a pain because, you know, I'm in nature, so as I walk in and out of the van, I'm dragging in gravel, dirt, sand, wherever I am. So all my clothes would get gravelly and sandy and dirty, and my computer and my books would, and it would just kind of leave a mess when I would bring them back in the house when I got home. So what I did was I put my clothes up high, and then behind here I've got dirty clothes, and then I just built a shelf up here where everything else can sit, and it's just kind of a nice place for it, and it looks a lot like a home. I did think about painting all the wood in here one solid color, but I figured it wasn't really worth it to buy all the paint, and I do like the natural wood color. That's kind of a favorite color of mine. I know a lot of people probably would have painted these. I did polyurethane the kitchen. Oh, so yeah, as of right now, for what I'm using it for, it's really nice. I like the way it looks, and I like the way it functions. So here's the kitchen. I usually always have this Thule rack on the back because I'm always carrying my bike with me, and I thought it would kind of be in the way of the kitchen, but from what I found out, it's actually kind of nice because I can just use it as a seat. So whenever I'm waiting just for some eggs or whatever I'm cooking, just to finish cooking up, I can just sit on that and just watch it happen. So in the kitchen, what I usually do is I get my stove. There's a butane stove in here. I usually put that right there, and it just stays there. And I've driven on like any kind of paved or really gravel road too. This will stay on there, so I'll pack it away at the end of a trip, but during a trip I'll usually just use it right, keep it right there, and it's no problem. And then right here, I usually set a jug of water. I don't have one with me right now. I'm not currently camping, but I usually get just one with a tap on there, usually 2 gallon, and I can just refill that as much as I can. And then I have my sink right here. It's just a metal bowl. I think it's from Target or something. I cut a hole with a hole saw on the bottom, and I made a drain. And then down here, I've got a pipe and a gray water tank. So there's a pipe, and there's a gray water tank. The gray water tank is just a dish detergent pod package. I just found it in my recycling bin. I needed something that size. First thing I saw, and it works out well. And then also when I'm driving, if I can't empty it out right away or don't need to yet, I just put the lid back on it and it works out fine. But I can usually just dump it out right at the campsite before I drive. So then back here, I've just got cutting board, garbage bags, plates, a random bowl, some more bowls inside of these pots, and then I've got utensils, and then my knife. I just got this Walmart fillet knife. It was really cheap. So, and yeah, obviously a lighter, cooking oil, and a spatula. So that's really kind of all the essentials in there. I also got a kettle on this side. So, and then obviously to go back around to the living room, I'll usually just keep some easy snacks in here. So every morning I drink some chocolate milk, so I usually get just some like non-refrigerated chocolate milk that I can put in there. So every morning I'll just be laying in bed and I can just keep laying there, open this up, grab me a chocolate milk, and keep laying there. It's also nice just for some snacks. I can put them up here, but there's just more space to do so. So yeah, it's really nice. And then in this trash can over here, I just keep paper towels, toilet paper. I'll usually line that with a garbage bag and use it as an actual trash can. And I've also got a pretty crappy light switch. The light switch itself is good, but the way it's held onto the wall is pretty crappy. But yeah, it is really nice to have. I would usually have to balance like a bike light or something like that right here, and it would always roll away depending on what campsite, like how level the grade was. So I have to balance that right there and turn it on over there to be able to cook, but not anymore because I have the light switch. Here's just kind of the electrical room in here. So in here it's kind of hard to see, but I've got an inverter. It is a 200 watt inverter, and then I've just got a car battery in there. I usually charge the car battery before I leave on the trip, get up to full power, and as long as it's not cold out, it usually just does fine. And then I can plug the inverter into that, and then I'll just plug this power strip into it, There's only 2 plugs and 2 USBs on the inverter. So with the power strip, it's plugged into the van itself right now, but I'll usually just plug that in, and then I have 6 outlets to go from. And then I've got, it's hard to see, I got a light switch in there, so it's really easy to turn on and off. So yeah, that's how I get my power. It's not a lot, it doesn't last all the time, but it's camping, so I don't really need power. I just need to be able to charge my phone, so if there's an emergency I can use that. And at night when it's dark and there's not much to do, I'll sometimes just go on my computer and that needs to charge, do some video editing. So that's my van. It's obviously pretty bare bones, but I don't live in it full time. I just camp with it quite a bit. So it's just really nice to have for just any adventuring or just a quick weekend away. It's really nice to have. It's obviously not a van for a full-time life. You can't cook inside and there's just not a lot of room. So it's a really good design for just a camping trip. It makes a camping trip really comfortable, and it was pretty cheap. I would say the conversion itself was around $200, $300 over time. I did use scrap wood for some of the more recent projects because lumber prices are really high, and I have all the tools I really needed. But at the beginning, I think it first cost $80 for just the bed and the couch, which is now the bookshelf, and the kitchen. But yeah, I've added on over time, and I've kind of got it to where I like it. So I'll obviously be adding on more in the future, but for right now, I like it. It's done some really good stuff for me. It's really home-like. I hope to continue on camping with it. It's really home-like for me. So if you like these videos, please consider subscribing to me. I'll do some more extended van trips. I haven't posted any van trips yet. I've all just done them on my own, and hopefully be doing some this summer depending on my work schedule. But if that's pretty easy this summer, I'll hopefully be going out west, and hopefully if the border opens up north too. Thanks for watching.